Chula Radio Plus presents Chula Innovations Unlocked.
The most essential nutrient for a newborn baby is his or her mother's breast milk. However, various conditions and limitations for mothers of today's world may result in the lack or delay of breast milk for her baby. But thanks to the Thai local wisdom and the clinical research team of the Institute of Thai Traditional Medicine and researchers from Chulalongkorn University, 5 Thai herbs brought together in the form of Wang Nam Yen herbal tea is found to help stimulate the mother's breast milk production. The quality of the mixture is proven to be as good as foreign medicine imported to help mothers produce milk. Today, we visit the Thai Traditional and Complementary Medicine Hospital in Yose district of Bangkok, which is also a research hub for traditional Thai medicine and herbs, to talk to Associate Professor Dr. Krit Phomphirun. Associate Professor Dr. Krit works at the Center of Excellence in Preventive and Integrative Medicine, the Faculty of Medicine, Chulalongkorn University, and he is one of the leaders of the research team who found the efficiency and effectiveness of Wang Nam Yen herbal tea for mothers of newborn babies. Dr. Krit, thank you so much for your time. We meet once again. My first question is, in the overall picture, modern medicine doesn't seem to empathize the application or use of herbal and traditional medicine remedies. Why is that so?
That's partly correct. So modern medicine usually want to focus on something easy to touch.
Right.
So that's, for example, extracts. So when they look at the herbs, that's the plants.
Right.
So they try to extract some active ingredients and try to prove it using the measurable outcomes. Whereas the traditional medicine try to look at the big picture and try to come up with the personalized recipes that come from several herbs that match the needs of individuals.
Right. Now, should we go both ways, or will they kind of clash when it comes to curing a certain disease?
I think we can harmonize both of them quite nicely. And the traditional medicine can complement whatever the conventional medicine has been trying to do.
Right, but of course with experts' advice on the matter.
Yeah, usually, especially in the Thai context, we have conventional medicine doctors and specialists who is responsible physicians, and then the traditional medicine supports.
Now, when it comes to breastfeeding, the production of breast milk from mothers who just gave birth, what are the factors which may deter the production of breast milk?
So the condition of the ladies, the women after delivery herself, and also the surrounding context, like whether the lady gave birth by herself, normal laboring, or cesarean sections.
Right.
Yeah.
So that is the difference between natural birth and cesarean C-section.
Yes, it's starting from the preparation phase, right?
Right.
So the ladies who require a cesarean section may have some medical conditions that require that surgery, right? Otherwise, she would have just delivered naturally.
Right. So the body doesn't really know that, oh, the baby's out, I gotta produce milk. Is that the?
Yeah, and when we prepare the ladies to get the cesarean section, she has to stop eating, right?
Right.
To prevent the aspiration in the operating room.
I see.
So that preparation relatively dehydrate the women. So that's one of big equations that, and we have to give her intravenous fluids. But sometimes it's still not enough.
I see.
And some of the ladies who end up with cesarean section may have been trying to give birth naturally, and that process makes her very exhausted and dehydrated.
Okay, which results in the production of milk.
Yes.
How did the idea of applying Thai herbs into stimulating the mammary gland in producing breast milk come about?
So the breast milk stimulation has been rooted in the Thai context for a long time, and several people try to propose maybe food
Right.
or some herbs. And the way the Thai traditional medicine work is to come up with the recipes
Okay.
that can reflect
Right.
or can respond to the individual needs.
Right.
So this one specific regimen that we conducted the study was initiated by the pharmacist. His name is Kun Pinit. He was working at the Wang Nam Yen community hospital in Thailand.
Okay.
And he tried to come up with these recipes based on the analysis of the women's conditions.
Right, because we've heard of using banana blossoms, หัวปลี We're using banana blossoms, heard of certain soups like gang rieng, or right. So how is this different from the other two?
So those are the food-based intervention which works quite fine, because usually when we talk about food and some herbs may be in those food,
Right.
it's usually relatively less concentration. Alright, so it's okay to eat some food at a moderate or a low amount of that ingredients.
I see.
So it's fine. We don't worry much. But when it comes to the herbal intervention,
Right.
it means directly the higher concentrations. So we have to think about how it works and whether the side effect is okay or not.
Right. So once you accumulated, I believe, 5 substances altogether.
Yes.
Right. Okay. So what are the substances inside this tea?
They are ginger,
Ginger.
king,
Yeah.
and sapan, fang.
Fang. Okay.
Yes. And licorice.
Licorice.
Yeah.
What's it called in Thai?
Chaem tet.
Chaem tet. Okay.
Yes. And jewel vine. That's a tawan plieng.
Right.
And the last one is the bell fruits, which is
Matum.
matum. Yes. These 5 herbs can reflect the flavors. So in Thai traditional medicine, they
Right.
say flavors that could help symptoms of the postpartum ladies. Usually dehydration,
Right.
fatigue, weakness, pain from the delivering of the baby.
I see. Can women who are not like producing milk or not having babies, can they drink it on a daily basis? Any side effects or feedbacks?
I would not convince so, because as I said, everything that is like a herbal recipe usually have a higher concentration than the food.
Right.
So we should be very cautious.
Right. Now, of all these 5 substances, why in the form of tea?
Because it's kind of easy and it's strategies to promote hydration. Right, because you also need water. You don't need only herbs.
Right. So rather than concentrating into a pill, you put it in a form of tea.
Right.
Right. So what has been the findings?
So we try to do the head-to-head comparison studies. So we conduct a clinical trials
Right.
Among the ladies who just got the Cesarean section.
Okay.
And the opponent is the domperidone. This one is the tablets.
Right.
So these tablets, is quite commonly known by ladies to produce to stimulate the breast milk.
Okay.
And it's actually available over the counter in many countries, except the U.S.
Okay.
Because in the states, the FDA in the U.S. In the states did not allow the use of domperidone, regardless of indications.
You can't find it in America?
No.
Oh, okay.
So that has been off-label use throughout the world for a long time.
Okay.
And they worry about serious side effects such as the heart side effect or dry mouth or diarrhea. Those are the common side effects. But the heart electrical activities abnormalities is a major side effect that prevent
Right.
its availability in the States.
It's quite a big concern.
Yes.
Okay.
So we try to use that off-label pills as the comparison.
Okay.
So we conduct a trial because we have to compare the tea and the tablet.
Right.
So we have to create like 3 groups, right? So we need to create a placebo tea.
Okay,
and
placebo.
and the placebo tablet.
Okay.
So the ladies will be randomized into 3 groups.
Right.
And so each group received both, but they didn't know which one is active, which one is just placebo.
Okay.
Okay. And we found that the Wang Nam Yen herbal tea
Yeah.
actually can promote the breast milk significantly compared to placebo, and it's as good as domperidone tablet.
Right.
Yeah.
And when it comes to the value for money?
That is a good question because when you look into the industrial scale, producing Western tablets
Okay.
is relatively lower unit cost, right? But for the herbs, we have to admit that the producing herb, especially the herbal tea,
Right.
may not be a very good economy of scale unless we try to promote a lot of demand.
Right.
But the positive side is that we can find these ingredients easily, locally available
Yeah.
everywhere in Thailand.
The 5 ingredients you mentioned, you could actually grow in your backyard.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
And after the research, the outcome was satisfying.
Oh, very, very satisfying with a very minimal side effects.
Okay. So it was satisfying for the researchers and doctors. How about your, should we say, patients or consumers?
So this is very specific target population. So this is a postpartum women.
Yeah.
So I think as long as the women cannot produce breast milk enough amounts on her own, she can try.
Right.
But if the ladies already have enough breast milk production, we don't need to add anything to her life. And one interesting phenomenon is that all of the women who just deliver babies, especially the first baby ever, they try to find ways to consume lots of products.
Right.
And my concern is actually maybe too many products.
Too much of a good thing.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct. Doesn't mean good.
Oh, yeah,
Right.
of course. The tea, this herbal tea of yours, does it kind of increase the quantity, or does it kind of stretches out the duration of the availability of breast milk?
So
Or both?
the primary objective was to increase the quantity of the breast milk stimulation. So we collect the volume of the breast milk each day after the cesarean section, and we found that the volume of the breast milk within the first day was actually higher than the domperidone group, and then on the second day domperidone catch up.
Oh,
So we beat the Western pills, and then they catch us up on the following days.
All right.
But both tea and the tablet beat the placebo.
Of course. And does the tea kind of stretches the duration of the availability of the mother's breast milk as well?
So because we proposed the target population of the cesarean section women, and these ladies usually have to be admitted after the cesarean section, right? So the common numbers of days is like about 2 or 3 days. So we provide the tea during the hospital admissions. So once they were discharged, we don't need to add that tea anymore. So it's kind of fixed duration of treatment. But if she doesn't wants to consume, it depends. So it depends on the discussion before discharge from the hospital between the OB/GYN who delivered the baby and the Thai traditional medicine doctor who help with the complementary medicine.
Now, you mentioned that if a mother has enough milk, has the capability to produce enough milk, she does not have to consume either modern or traditional medicine. My question is, how much is enough?
I think we can look at the like mother and baby connections. So majority of the ladies actually not about the dehydration. It's actually about the bonding, right? So and you know that the baby stimulation of the nipple is actually one good way of stimulating the breast milk.
I see.
So if we rely too much on the herbal recipes, it may reduce kind of bonding. So we have to use multiple approaches to promote that. Yeah.
Right.
So it actually on a case by case basis.
I see. And how much milk does the newborn really need?
I'm not a pediatrician though, but I think it's just a matter of the amount and the frequencies, right? And usually the baby just switch to the milk when like from inside the womb and then come out to the world and then get the milk.
Right.
So it actually depends, and it also depends on the mother's lifestyle. Right, if the mother is a working woman, it would be different from the mother who is like a housewife.
Right. Now we're talking about substances which stimulate the production of breast milk. What are, on the contrary, what are the substances or food which may deter the production of breast milk in mothers?
So based on the evidence that we have collected, the very first is the estrogen kind of medicine, including the contraceptive pills.
Birth pills?
Yeah,
birth control pills.
Because the estrogen can suppress the production of breast milk. That's straightforward.
Okay.
And the other like sage, 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 and parsley.
Parsley?
Yeah.
Okay.
Those oregano, these kind of Western herbs can suppress the breast milk production, but maybe just to some extent, because we usually don't consume those too much anyway. Right.
Now that we've come up with this herbal tea, which works perfectly, the feedback from the consumers or from your target group is very positive. No allergies so far.
We don't see those.
No allergies. So it's clinically approved, works well, and no allergies so far. What is your next step of R&D?
With the Department of Thai Traditional and Alternative Medicine, and as I'm a member of the National List of Herbal Medicine, we try to propose these study findings as a supportive evidence to get this formula to the National List of Herbal Medicine.
Right.
So that is very available for the Thai women postpartum. And we try to make the recipe readily accessible and at the household level. And also the other way that we want to do is to commercialize it to international market.
Right.
Yes.
Okay, and so you're gonna need we already have the substance, we already have the know-how. Next will be the marketing campaign now.
Yes. And another thing is the packaging.
Packaging,
yeah.
Of course.
So right now we make it at the hospital, community hospital level as tea, but we try to come up with the innovative way of packaging this for especially for the commercialization purposes.
I see. Yeah. Oh, it's gonna be quite a tough road ahead, but I wish you the best and hope you succeed.
Thank you so much. If this is successful, this would be the very first Thai herbal recipe that successfully implemented, like from the upstream to the downstream at the commercialization at the end.
Oh, wow. It's going to be a long and tough road ahead, but I wish you and your team all the best. Right. But before we go, I have one quick question for you. What English word begins with T, ends with T, and has tea inside?
The ginger, you mean?
No. Teapot.
Teapot.
Begins with T, ends with T, and has tea inside.
Oh, I see.
All right, just for laughing. Thank you so much for your time, Dr. Kit.
Thank you ครับ
ขอบคุณครับ
สวัสดีครับ
Teapot.
Chula Innovations Unlocked is produced and presented by Super John Klinsawan. This program is brought to you by Chulalongkorn University.